It's always exciting. Sometimes there is even between the workmen a bit of a competition. Who will find first?
Okay, if there is a historical Moses, where is this guy? I mean, where was he buried?
According to the biblical tradition, he ended on the other side of the valley.
In a time when ancient legends intertwine with sacred relics, a discovery has surfaced that challenges both religious faith and academic understanding. Imagine a tomb cloaked in mystery for centuries, rumored to be the final resting place of Moses himself. This recently uncovered site has revealed remarkable artifacts, igniting both awe and anxiety within religious communities. Could this really be Moses' burial site? What hidden knowledge might it hold about one of history's most iconic figures? The findings from this excavation have sent ripples of uncertainty and wonder throughout the world. Join us as we explore the secrets concealed within Moses' tomb, secrets that have left even the most devout believers shaken. The epic journey of Moses. Moses stands as one of the most revered figures in religious history, with a profound impact on Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. His story unfolds in the Hebrew Bible, particularly in Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. For Jews, Moses is the ultimate prophet who delivered the Torah. In Christianity, he is seen as a forerunner to Jesus Christ, representing the law and covenant. In Islam, known as Musa, he is a mighty prophet who received the Torah from Allah. Moses was born in Egypt during a time when the Israelites were enslaved. The Pharaoh, fearing their growing numbers, ordered the death of all newborn Hebrew boys. To save her son, Moses' mother, Jochebed, placed him in a waterproof basket and set him adrift on the Nile. His sister Miriam watched over him as he floated downstream, where he was discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, often identified as Princess Bithia. Moved by compassion, she adopted the child and raised him as her own, naming him Moses, meaning drawn out of the water. Moses grew up with the privileges of an Egyptian prince, receiving the finest education and training. Despite his royal upbringing, he was aware of his Hebrew heritage and felt a strong connection to his people. At 40, Moses witnessed an Egyptian overseer brutally beating a Hebrew slave. In a moment of rage, he killed the overseer and buried him in the sand. The next day, when he tried to intervene in a fight between two Hebrews, one of them revealed that Moses' actions were known, forcing him to flee Egypt to avoid execution. Moses sought refuge in Midian, a remote region known for its rugged terrain. There, he found sanctuary with Jethro, a Midianite priest, and married Jethro's daughter, Zipporah. He spent 40 years in Midian as a shepherd, gaining wisdom and experience. At 80, while tending sheep on Mount Horeb, Mount Sinai, Moses encountered a miraculous sight, a bush ablaze with fire that was not consumed. From this burning bush, God spoke to Moses, commanding him to return to Egypt and lead the Israelites to freedom. Empowered with miraculous signs, Moses, accompanied by his brother Aaron, returned to confront Pharaoh, setting the stage for a dramatic clash between divine will and the might of Egypt. The untold story of Israel's journey from Egypt. God responded with 10 catastrophic plagues that devastated Egypt when Pharaoh stubbornly refused to free the Israelites. The first plague turned the Nile River into blood, rendering its waters undrinkable. Following this, the land was overwhelmed by swarms of frogs, gnats, and flies. A deadly disease then struck the livestock, leading to the mass death of animals across the region. Painful boils afflicted the people, followed by a destructive hailstorm that ravaged crops and property. Next, locusts swarmed the land, consuming whatever vegetation remained. The 9th plague brought 3 days of total darkness over Egypt. The final and most devastating plague was the death of every firstborn son in Egypt. To shield themselves, the Israelites marked their doorposts with lamb's blood, an act that initiated the tradition of Passover. When the Pharaoh's own son perished in this plague, he was finally compelled to release the Israelites. This monumental event, thought to have occurred around 1250 BCE, led to Moses guiding the Israelites out of Egypt in what is known as the Exodus, setting their course toward the promised land of Canaan. However, Pharaoh soon regretted his decision and sent his army to chase after the fleeing Israelites. The situation seemed hopeless as the Israelites found themselves trapped between the vast Red Sea and the advancing Egyptian forces. In a miraculous act, God commanded Moses to stretch his staff over the sea, causing the waters to part and creating a dry path for the Israelites to cross. Once they had safely reached the other side, the waters returned, drowning the Egyptian army and ensuring the Israelites' escape. After their escape, Moses led the Israelites through the desert to Mount Sinai, where he received the 10 Commandments from God. These sacred laws engraved on stone tablets provided the foundation for Jewish ethics and law, influencing countless generations. Their journey through the desert lasted 40 years, a period marked by hardships due to their disobedience and lack of faith. Despite this, God provided for them, miraculously supplying manna for food and water from a rock when needed. As the 40 years neared their end, Moses ascended Mount Nebo, where he was granted a view of the Promised Land. Despite this, God told him he would not enter the land due to his earlier disobedience. Moses died on Mount Nebo around 1271 BCE, and God himself buried him in a secret location, marking the end of an era for the Israelites as they prepared to enter their new homeland. The ancient secrets beneath the Sea of Galilee. Josh Gates and his team embarked on an ambitious journey to solve one of history's greatest mysteries, the location of Moses' final resting place. Traditionally, Mount Nebo in Jordan is believed to be the site where Moses died, but Gates's recent research suggests a different possibility. For centuries, scholars and explorers have debated the true location of Moses' grave, with ancient texts like the Bible and local folklore pointing to clues around the Sea of Galilee. Known also as Lake Tiberias, or Kinneret, this lake is Israel's largest freshwater body, covering roughly 64 square miles. It holds immense religious significance, not only as a key location in the life of Jesus, but also as a potential site linked to Moses. In early 2018, Gates and his team launched their expedition with a thorough review of historical documents, maps, and archaeological studies. Their goal was to explore underwater sites around the Sea of Galilee, where artifacts or structures related to Moses might be hidden. The team employed cutting-edge technology, including sonar equipment and remotely operated vehicles, to survey the lakebed with precision. Their base of operations was in the city of Tiberias, a settlement with roots in the Roman Empire, strategically located near the Sea of Galilee. This allowed easy access to both the lake and its surrounding areas. One of the advanced tools the team utilized was high-resolution satellite imagery, which helped them identify underwater features and anomalies that aligned with descriptions in ancient texts. By analyzing these images, Gates and his team could map out specific locations of interest with unprecedented accuracy. Ground-penetrating radar played a vital role in their quest. Ground-penetrating radar uses radar pulses to image the subsurface, revealing buried structures, chambers, and anomalies without the need for excavation. This non-invasive technique has been instrumental in numerous archaeological discoveries, and Gates's team used it to investigate potential sites beneath the surface, searching for hidden tombs or other significant features. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras provided aerial views of the landscape, offering broader perspectives and helping identify unusual features that might be invisible from the ground. These drones also enabled the team to access difficult-to-reach areas, such as cliffs and steep terrains. Additionally, the team employed 3D scanning technology to create detailed models of any significant finds, allowing for precise documentation and analysis. The team began their underwater exploration by scanning the lakebed with advanced sonar and imaging technology. In October 2018, they made a groundbreaking discovery, an ancient submerged structure, a circular stone monument named K. Composed of large basalt rocks intricately stacked in a circular shape, it measured approximately 230 feet in diameter and 32 feet in height, making it one of the largest submerged stone structures ever found. This discovery was monumental, as such structures are often associated with ancient burial practices and ceremonial sites. Gates and his team hypothesized that this structure might be connected to Moses or could contain vital clues about his final resting place. With historical texts and local legends hinting at significant religious artifacts hidden beneath the waters, the team embarked on a careful examination of the site. They painstakingly removed layers of silt and sediment accumulated over millennia, using sophisticated techniques to preserve the ancient stones. Josh Gates' quest for Moses' hidden tomb. In regions where early findings hinted at potential archaeological significance, Josh Gates and his team embarked on a meticulous excavation. Armed with traditional tools like shovels, trowels, brushes, and sieves, they carefully sifted through layers of soil, aiming to uncover artifacts, inscriptions, or structural remnants that might reveal the elusive burial site of Moses. Their efforts led to the discovery of intriguing artifacts, including pottery shards and ancient tools, suggesting the site belonged to a civilization thousands of years old, potentially from the era of Moses. Pottery shards, for instance, offer insights into the daily life and craftsmanship of ancient peoples, while tools can shed light on their technological advances. Despite these promising discoveries, the team struggled to find direct evidence linking the site to Moses. The challenges were significant: poor underwater visibility, strong currents, and the complexity of working underwater added layers of difficulty to their excavation. To make sense of their findings, the team consulted experts in ancient history and archaeology, piecing together the historical context and potential significance of their discoveries. Carbon dating revealed that some artifacts were approximately 3,200 years old, placing them within the Late Bronze Age, a period marked by significant cultural and historical developments in the ancient Near East. The team also delved into ancient texts and local folklore, searching for references to the submerged structure they had unearthed. While they encountered stories of submerged cities and grand monuments, none specifically mentioned Moses, leaving the connection between the artifacts and the biblical figure tenuous. By early 2019, Gates and his team had thoroughly mapped the site and gathered extensive data. Though they didn't uncover any definitive evidence linking the site to Moses, their findings contributed valuable insights into the region's historical landscape. The search for Moses' burial site continues, driven by the figure's significance in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the mysteries of Nabi Musa. The Islamic tradition holds that Moses' burial site, known as Nabi Musa, is of great religious importance. Located in the Judean desert near the Dead Sea, approximately 18.6 miles east of Jerusalem, Nabi Musa is widely believed by Muslims to be the final resting place of Moses, known in Arabic as Musa. Moses is one of the most revered prophets in Islam, with his name appearing more frequently in the Quran than any other prophet. His story is central to Islamic teachings, emphasizing themes of faith, perseverance, and divine guidance. According to Islamic tradition, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt and received the Torah from God, serving as a powerful lesson on the importance of following God's commandments and maintaining strong faith. Nabi Musa has a rich history and has been a significant pilgrimage site for centuries. Its association with Moses dates back to the medieval Islamic period, around 1269 AD, during the reign of the Mamluk Sultanate. Sultan Baybars, a prominent Mamluk ruler, initiated the construction of a shrine and mosque at this site to honor Moses, who holds a special place in Islamic tradition. The complex features a mosque, a shrine believed to be Moses' burial place, and lodging for pilgrims. The architecture reflects medieval Islamic styles, and the site has been expanded and renovated over the years by various Islamic authorities to maintain its religious and cultural significance. One of the most important events associated with Nabi Musa is the annual pilgrimage known as the Nabi Musa Festival, which has been celebrated for centuries and is closely linked with the Muslim observance of Laylat al-Miraj. Laylat al-Miraj commemorates the miraculous night journey and ascension of the Prophet Muhammad to heaven. Thousands of Muslims participate in this pilgrimage, which begins in Jerusalem and culminates at Nabi Musa, where they engage in religious ceremonies and festivities. The pilgrimage is a time for Muslims to come together, reflect on their faith, and celebrate their shared beliefs. Nabi Musa is not only a religious site, but also a cultural landmark that reflects the rich history and traditions of the Islamic world. The annual pilgrimage unites Muslims from diverse backgrounds, fostering a sense of community and shared faith. Visitors have the opportunity to learn about the history of Moses and his role in Islamic teachings, deepening their connection to their faith and heritage. Over the centuries, Nabi Musa has been carefully maintained and restored to preserve its significance for future generations. Islamic authorities have expanded and upgraded the site to accommodate the growing number of pilgrims each year, ensuring that it remains a vital place of religious and cultural importance. The serene and contemplative atmosphere of Nabi Musa offers visitors a space for prayer, reflection, and spiritual renewal. The annual pilgrimage to Nabi Musa is a major event that draws thousands of visitors from around the world. The religious ceremonies held at the site are central to the pilgrimage experience, with pilgrims coming together to pray, recite Quranic verses, and engage in communal worship. These gatherings honor Moses and provide an opportunity for reflection on his teachings, creating a deeply spiritual experience for all who attend. Nabi Musa's significance extends beyond its religious aspects, as it also holds historical value, offering insights into the architectural styles and cultural practices of the medieval Islamic era. For Muslims, visiting Nabi Musa is a way to connect with their faith and heritage, making the pilgrimage a meaningful journey that strengthens their bond with their beliefs and history. Unveiling the lost tomb of Moses. Jebel Haran, also known as Mount Aaron, is another site believed to be the final resting place of Moses, though it is more commonly associated with his brother Aaron. Located in Jordan, this mountain has been linked to biblical figures through ancient religious traditions and historical accounts. The idea that Jebel Harun might be Moses' burial site stems from several key factors, including biblical narratives, religious traditions, archaeological findings, and the mountain's significance across different faiths. The Old Testament, particularly the book of Numbers, recounts the Israelites' 40 years of wandering in the desert after their exodus from Egypt. During this time, Moses received the Ten Commandments and other divine laws on Mount Sinai. As the Israelites approached the promised land of Canaan, a significant event occurred near Mount Hor. In Numbers 20, God instructs Moses and Aaron to gather the people, revealing that Aaron would die because of their earlier disobedience. Moses then led Aaron and his son Eleazar up a mountain where Aaron passed away. Moses and Eleazar descended, marking the end of Aaron's role as high priest and leader of the Levites. Traditionally, the mountain where Aaron died and was buried is identified as Jebel Harun. This belief is upheld across Jewish, Christian, and Islamic traditions, each recognizing the mountain's importance in connection with Aaron's death and burial. In Judaism, the association of Jebel Harun with Aaron is supported by historical interpretations and religious teachings. Jewish scholars and rabbis have long believed that Aaron's death occurred on this mountain, with Moses present to oversee it. Early Christian pilgrims and scholars also identified the mountain as Jebel Harun, considering it an important site linked to the biblical stories of Moses and Aaron. This tradition has been preserved in Christian teachings and historical records for centuries. Beyond religious texts, archaeological discoveries and historical accounts further underscore Jebel Harun's significance. Petra, an ancient city near Jebel Harun, was a major center of trade and culture during biblical times. Its proximity to the mountain suggests that Jebel Harun was likely known and possibly revered by the people of that era. Excavations in Petra and the surrounding regions have uncovered artifacts and inscriptions that provide insights into the religious beliefs and practices of the ancient inhabitants. Although there is limited direct evidence linking Jebel Harun specifically to Moses' burial, the mountain's importance in both historical and religious contexts is undeniable. Over the centuries, Jebel Harun has remained a significant site for cultural and religious pilgrimages. People from various faiths continue to visit the mountain to honor the biblical figures associated with it. This tradition of pilgrimage endures today, highlighting Jebel Harun's lasting relevance in the religious landscape of the Middle East. The ongoing quest to locate Moses' tomb fascinates both believers and scholars. This search is not only about finding a physical site, but also about understanding the profound impact of Moses' teachings and how they have shaped religious ethics and moral codes. Moses' influence extends beyond religion, touching literature, art, and philosophy worldwide. While his exact burial place remains unknown, his legacy as a symbol of strength and divine guidance continues to inspire people across the globe. What do you think about the startling discovery found inside Moses' tomb that has left many religious people deeply shaken? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them with us in the comments below.